the month again, and no, I do not mean the red tide. I mean a new favorites video. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome back to LittleDewDroplets. My name is Dew. That hasn't changed. It's been the same for the last videos and it's gonna stay the same. And this month I have been a very bad consumer. I haven't consumed a lot of stuff, and that means this video may end up being a bit too short. But I still have some things that I experienced that I can absolutely categorize as my favorites of September 2017. And that's why I'm going to share them with you, so that you can experience them and be happy and sad or whatever it is that, you know, this thing's producing you. But I'm betting you like at least one of them. Something that I think is awesome is the fact that the first thing that I wanted to talk about, the first thing that I experienced this month that I love to bits, and that is one of my favorites, is very October topical, and that happened just on coincidence, but it just fits so well. And this first thing that I'm talking about is Irma. Irma is a webcomic that you can find on the Tapas app or the Tapastic website, and I'm going to link it down below so that you can find it more easily in the description of the video. The comic is about this girl, Irma, who is basically like the girl from The Ring, mixed up with every single ghost girl that you would find in a horror movie, but instead of being a terrifying comic, it's a very light-hearted and comedy comic, and it manages to be so unbearably cute so many times. It's really cool to see this girl who has the powers of every single eldritch horror of your nightmares, but who is just a little girl who has feelings and friends and passions and fears, and it's so good. Irma has great humor. Like, some of the jokes cracked me up so much, and it also has this very warm and very emotional moments that tug at your heartstrings without you even expecting it. There are so many characters in this comic, and every single one is so lovely. Well, except for that one. The expression work. I'm going to leave some of my favorite expressions, but only a couple of them, because there are so many that are so good. But I think my favorite thing about Irma might just be the fact that every single character has a very distinct voice. Like, I feel that if I was just reading dialogue bubbles, I would still be able to tell which character said what thing, even if they didn't have an image, or at least I think that I could guess most of the time which character is saying what thing. But basically, Irma has comedy gold, some very interesting plot lines that really tug at your heartstrings, amazing characters that you can help but love, who also have very unique voices and who have amazingly drawn expressions, and I am giving it a 10 out of 10 because I literally don't wish anything was different in Irma. Everything is as good as I can imagine it, and I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't. Even if I could do it better, I don't think it could. I mean, it doesn't exist. You can do it better. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. My second favorite thing of the month is Kiznaiver. I love short series. I love the fact that you can dive into them and be done in like 2 or 3 days, even if you still reserve most of your day to being productive. And Kiznaiver only has 12 episodes. So first of all, I love the visuals of it. I love the character design, I love the way that they are animated, and I love the way that the hard shadows are done with like a crisscrossy lines thing. I'm gonna show you an image so that you can see what I mean, because I clearly can't explain it myself. But yeah, basically I love all of the design choices. I think they were like very interesting on some points, but most of them are just so beautiful. It has some sad moments, but they're not predominant, nor the focus. I would say that the focus is more the power of friendship trope. So if you like that, you're probably gonna really like this show. You're also going to like this anime if you like those shows that reveal things very slowly, that keep you on the edge of your seat up until the last episode because they are still revealing mysteries up until the last second. I love those, in case you couldn't tell. Kiznaiver is also heavy on the romance and on the philosophical elements department, so you probably already know how you feel about those, and if you like them, you should check it out! I know I'm being repetitive, but this is basically a recommendations video. That's the point of favorites for me. So check it out if you like those. Just do yourself a favor. Oh, right, and it has some very good comedy moments. I'm not saying that every joke hit for me, but there are some that... there are some jokes. I almost forgot to talk about them, but there are some jokes that I had to stop the show to just breathe, rewind, and watch it again because I couldn't even believe it. Believe me, there are some jokes that are super worth it. I'm giving Kiznaiver an 8.5 out of 10 because I am not the biggest fan of the power of friendship trope, but I still appreciate it objectively. And my third and last favorite thing of the month is Rogue Legacy. Yeah, I told you I was a very bad consumer this month. Rogue Legacy is a very entertaining video game that I think I bought back in 2013 or something. Did it already exist back in 2013? It's a game in which you go through a haunted castle and you try to defeat all of the monsters and collect all of the golden coins. But one of the things that I really love about this game is that when your character dies, you have to choose one of 3 descendants to follow the journey. There are a lot of classes that you can get and unlock which have special stats and special abilities. But most importantly, the descendants have traits that can affect them negatively or positively or not at all and just be there for the lols. You can get female descendants, you can get male descendants, you can get bald descendants, you can get gay descendants. They don't affect the game, but it's just so hilarious. The castle gets randomized each time and there are some special rooms that are so interesting and so entertaining to find every time that you do. I had played it before when I got it in whatever year that was, but now I'm playing it again because I never finished it back then. And it's just as entertaining as I remember it being. I haven't finished it yet, but based on everything else that I said in this video, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 because it's so much fun. So that's the end of the video and I thank you for watching it, but more importantly, I insist that you check some of these things out if you think you're gonna like them. This is what I love to do. This is sharing things that are good and enjoyable, and if you have checked some of the things out, leave me your opinions in the comments. We can talk about it and rave about it, and that's the whole point of fandoms, just connecting and sharing with others. I love doing that, and yeah, I hope we can do that here. If you enjoyed the video or any of the recommendations, hit the like button so that, you know, it can have some favorite moments of each month. And I post new videos every Thursday, but you should subscribe because that way you don't have to remember that and YouTube can remind you itself, which is good. It's less weight for your mind. As for myself, I wish you a very good day, or a very good afternoon, or a very good night, or whatever time it is when you're watching this. And I will see you next time. Bye. That I really wanted to you know when you try to say a word but your brain thinks of 2 words at the same time and you end up trying to say show and share at the same time and you end up with and I will see you next time. Ow, I just bit my cheek. It hurt.